Okay, here we go. I've been meaning to do this for a while. It's a quick workshop tour. That's what it is. It's basically the back of my garage. I put up a little partition wall with a door in it, basically to keep the dust off the cars. And built this. I'll start off with lighting straight away. I've got all the light switches and the power switches all plugged in to these remote switches, so I can do everything from here, and I've also got one on the other side. So lights, and all my lights are just LED strips. Here we go. Press button 2 there, press button 3. That gives me power to the tools that are around the light that's just come on. That gives me power to my lathe. So I'll leave them all on for now. Little sink there, and the house boiler. A few things that I've made. Right, I'll start it. Let's start with the cupboard. All made out of pallet wood. I think it's pretty obvious, really. Just cupboards, pallet wood, and made out of fence posts. So it's good and solid. There's just some of the wood there with the power going into it. There we go, just some chisels. Them are the original chisels. I think we all had a set of them when we started lathing. And some of my tools. There's some I've finished. I am actually going to build a proper place to put all my waxes and things like that, so they're all nice and secure. Just little drawers there, with jaws in and things like that. The sandpapers are on a little roll there. So it all works really well. It's neat and tidy. Onto some of the tools. Pillar drill. Believe it or not, that was 10 quid. I like to refurb these things myself. That was just a mess, didn't work. So refurbed it, and I've gone with the Axminster cream colour on everything. So that's that all restored. Put it on a little plinth so it all works. It all works off there. The Axminster lathe. There we go again. I bought it cheap off eBay, restored it, and now it looks like that. Again, there we go. That's just the back of the garage and the log store. That'll all be gone the end of winter. I made this for the end of it because you don't often use the full length of your saw. So I made this little table. It's totally removable. But it's absolutely brilliant for putting your chisels on and bits of sandpaper and notes that you're keeping or anything like that. Because you don't often, or I don't often, use the full length of the whole lathe. So it's nice just to have somewhere, you know, where you can store stuff. Again, because the workshop's not that big, everything moves around, and I can, you know, it isn't set in place, obviously, apart from the lathe and things like that. But this just comes off. This, whenever I want it, this will just go wherever I need it. There's my dust mask. That's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. When I first put it on, I thought, oh, I feel like Darth Vader in this thing. But you soon get used to it and you forget. And the amount of times I've gone to, say, scratch my nose and just put my finger straight into the Perspex screen because you forget you've got it on. It's absolutely brilliant. And there's some replacement filters and things for it. Keep it in that. Keep out the dust. There's my chisels. I don't think we need to say much about chisels, do we? I think, you know, there's a whole half-hour video all on its own. There we go. Sander. And another cupboard underneath there. That's got my... I want to get a proper table saw at the moment. I've just got this, like, you can't get any more budget than that one. I think it was like £30. What's that? $50, something like that. That was so cheap. It's just a budget one. It does what it does, but it's not accurate or anything like that. To be honest, it's probably a little bit dangerous. But as long as you take your time, it's all right. Yeah. Yes, that is a drone. But you know, it is what it is. I've got to get a proper table for it at some point. And that's that. Then my sharpening station underneath. This is actually for modelling. But it's absolutely brilliant just for blowing the dust away. I know you can say, you know, you blow your dust away, you're just blowing all the small particles into the air and all the rest of it. But it's absolutely brilliant just for quickly blowing the dust off. It's a really handy little thing, and I've just mounted it into there. like I was saying earlier, here's all my switches. So I've got a set by the door over there, little white box, and then another one over here, and it means I can remotely switch all the switches on and off for for powering the tools, for powering the lights. Little bandsaw, bought from Lidl. It's colour coded it. I like everything to be the same colour. Hey, why not? So I think it was grey and blue, something like that. But it's a brilliant little thing. It is what it is. You know, it's not a freestanding bandsaw, but for what I use it for and the little jobs that I do, it's absolutely brilliant. I got no issues with it all. You've got to remember what it is. It's just a tabletop bandsaw, but it's great, no problems. There you go, chop saw. I've actually just done that. Just made some French cleats just to mount it to the wall, so it's up and out of the way, because they take up a lot of space. That does as a tabletop, and I don't use it that often. But when I do want it, it's a faff getting it all out and messing around, setting it up. When now it's just on French cleats, pop it off the wall, plug it in, done. There's a little thickness planer I bought. Again, I bought it second hand, stripped it all down, restored it, sprayed it cream like everything else. There it is. At the top, just some of my tools, just bits and bobs up there. You got all the tools right at the top, and then all the ones in the boxes, like you got a jigsaw, nail guns, pencil sander, orbital sander, little Dremel. Brilliant. I think every workshop would have a little Dremel. Absolutely brilliant. Nice big power drill, and then my drill bits, which I choose to keep them all in one big tub like that, segmented off, because otherwise you're hunting here, there and everywhere thinking, I know I've got a little drill bit somewhere, all in one box. Drills, screws and fixings all in there. Little corner cupboard there just for bits and bobs and odds and sods, and I keep all my chargers in there. And then that one's just, I think it's got cloths in, something like that. Right, and here's my tool wall. There we go. If I stand a bit back. There we go. Bit of everything, but it's nice handy. I don't think I really need to go through all this, pretty obvious. Screwdrivers, bits and bobs, little socket set, because you just never know. It's just basically for a bit of everything. Just for all the jobs, not just wood turning. It's just, I just like to do like all this stuff I made and things like just little shelves and stuff like that. It's all, I just enjoy making things like this. And I've got these dotted all around the workshop. Pencils. With my name on it, of course. Don't you just love eBay? And a tape measure. That's all it is. It's really simple, just made. And that dotted all around the workshop. And I tell you what, it's a brilliant tip. My mate gave me the tip, he told me about it. Nice one, Shane. They're just dotted everywhere. They're absolutely brilliant. You always need a pencil and it's not behind you where you thought it was or in your pocket. I've just got them dotted all around. It's absolutely brilliant. It's always up there. It's a bit random, this, isn't it? All over the shop. And then you've got all the cupboard space underneath, just to store shit like everybody does. And that's it, really. That's a quick workshop tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.